The good news is that the number of new infections recorded each day continues to fall. The reason is the dramatic reduction in cases arriving from overseas. However, community transmission keeps on rising, and that could really come to bite us in the future, because in a pandemic, small numbers can become very large ones very quickly. Just ask any New Yorker. The only thing that will really allow life as we once knew it to resume is a vaccine.
At the moment, we're controlling the infection extremely well, really through the social distancing. But we see the vaccine as being a critical part, getting Australians to go back to their normal way of life.
The CSIRO is testing 2 vaccines developed overseas, and they're using ferrets.
We know from past work with other viruses that the ferret cells in the lung are very similar to human ones and have similar proteins on their surface. So we can trial our vaccines in the ferrets and then look for the ability of those ferrets to respond.
But it will be challenging. Although we've been successfully making vaccines for a long time, we've never managed to make an effective vaccine for the common cold. And even the influenza vaccine isn't as effective as you'd like. So what is it about respiratory viruses and the nose and throat that makes this so hard?
The thing that we know that works very well against viruses that are replicating is antibody. And most antibody is difficult to make that so that it accesses into those compartments in the upper nose and in the throat.
So that requires new ways of thinking about how to generate an immune response. And at the moment, there are about 60 different vaccines under development globally. Many of them will do the job of a vaccine, which is to produce antibodies to the COVID-19 virus. But the critical question is whether they'll be safe. Because the experience of developing a vaccine against SARS-1 a few years ago was chilling.
When vaccinated into monkeys, it made antibodies that actually were off target and they carried the virus to the wrong place, and it really accelerated the disease. So the new technologies are really focusing the immune response at the very particular part of the virus that we know is going to inactivate the virus and prevent it from replicating in these deep tissues. So it's really a focused approach instead of a scattergun approach as was used before.
Even with the whole world going hell for leather, a vaccine is at least 12 to 18 months away.
This is a whole new era for making vaccines, and one that's emphasising speed because we understand the pain that the community is going to give us time, and we're trying to honour that sacrifice.
I think there is a good chance that by the end of this year we will have at least the preliminary elements of the clinical trials in humans, and I anticipate that there will be a decision made by the end of this year whether to proceed straight into using the vaccine or whether to hold on and do some more work.
For now, our best defence is sticking to tried and true methods to suppress COVID-19 spread, and they're worth repeating. Our job is to stay at home as much as possible, keep our distance from other people, and of course wash our hands regularly. The government's job is testing, contact tracing, isolating and quarantining. Together, we can do this.
Hi, I'm Lee Sales. Thanks for watching this story. If you'd like to watch more of 7:30's stories, they are on the left of your screen. And tap on the button below to subscribe and get the latest from ABC News.